Okay, so tonight I'll talk about inviting techniques. The previous night we quickly discussed what you're going to do with your list. When you join, you immediately create a list of people that you want to get started on Crowd One. And now you're going to invite those people that you've put on your list. And where do we start? We start with a warm market. Then you select your movers and shakers. You show everybody else on the list, and you continue with cold market, and then you keep your list updated the whole time. So the whole time, somebody will pop up in your mind today that you didn't thought about yesterday. You keep your list going with that, and you keep the names growing every day. And you indicate on that list who joined and who you've made a follow-up, so that you know that you keep in contact with what people. Okay, so let's get back to the first one that we said. Who is your warm market? Your warm market is your closest family and friends. This means the people close to you that you feel the most convinced will buy into your business. It is also the people that love and trust you. So those people, it's easy for you to go to them. It's easy to tell them, listen, I've got something, but I want you to be part of this business with me, and you obviously want these people to join your business as soon as possible so that they can benefit from everybody else that's coming into your business after them. Then we said you have to select the movers and the shakers. So if you've got a list of 100 people, select about 20 people that you think are movers and shakers. That is people that are driven, they are successful, they're business-minded, they're ambitious. Because people who's got their own businesses sometimes understand a business and the ins and outs of a business. They are willing to work very hard. Sometimes people who own their own businesses, they work 16 hours per day, but they just decide which 16 hours of the day they work. Because they might be involved in family things or school things during the day, they can determine which hours they want to work. But if you work not in the afternoon and you attend that rugby game, you may need to put the extra hours in the evening at your home. So those people are driven and business-minded. They actually will grasp the business and the type of investment that they're going to make very quickly. Everybody else is then the rest of the people, the other, let's say 10 people is your family on your list of 100. 20 people is the movers and shakers, and then you're left with 70 people that's also on your list. That's the rest of the people on your list. Now, I said to you, don't be weird, because if you didn't speak to someone that was with you on school, it is 20 years ago, and now suddenly you call that person and you want to try and sell him something. That's weird. You're going to lose all your what do you call it, confidence or whatever, to phone that people again, to that person. And you're going to feel stupid in the end, because now you're never going to phone him anyway again. So don't do weird stuff. Don't look weird. Don't act weird. If you want to phone a person that's on your list that you did speak to 20 years ago, call that person, but be real. Find out how that person really is. And then I said their silence is golden. That means talk to the person to find out how he is. And you only share with him about Crowd One if the gap is there. You are listening, and this means for every person that you are thinking about. Listen for opportunities. Listen where that person is saying, oh, this is so difficult, I'm struggling, man, I'm suffering. So if you get that, you can tell him, listen, I've got involved in this thing that is really helping me out. So if you're interested, I can show you more. But don't phone in and say, hi, how are you? Listen, I've got this. And you just val met die deur in die huis, and that person is wondering, where is this guy coming from? Okay, so listen, don't be weird, and listen to people. Listen to anybody. You can always follow up and contact the person, find out how he is, but don't get weird. Your cold market is the people you don't know. It's all the strangers. That's the 7 billion people out there that you don't know yet, because you only know 100. So the rest of the world, or the rest of the country, the 7 billion are the people you don't know. They can be good people in your team. They can join you. You don't necessarily have to know them. So that's the people who's in the queue before and after you while waiting at the shop. Right now, we've got nice queues. So you've got lots of time to speak to that people in the queue. It's anyone you meet during the course of your day. If you are still lucky and you can work, you may meet customers, you may meet people in the shops or anywhere in your job that you will get to meet them. So if you see them and you didn't think of putting them on the list, go back and put them on your list. You don't have to immediately target them and say, listen, I've got this. Just put them on your list. You will see the more you think about those people, the people will just suddenly start to pop up. Universe has a way of bringing people to you that you're supposed to meet. And I said there, yes, even the telemarketer. So the other day, a guy was phoning me. It was a friend, one of my Crowd One teammates, who actually gave my number to him as a referral. And when he tried to sell his product to me, I told him, okay, I'll listen to your product if you will listen to mine afterwards. And he said, okay. And he went there telling his story. And afterwards, I told him, okay, can I tell you now about my business? And then I told him about Crowd One. So you can use every opportunity. Anybody in the mall, anybody you don't know, that is your cold market. So I'll explain how you can meet those people and how you can talk to them as well. So what do you say to somebody once you've decided, okay, now you're going to contact him? You can tell that person, now I would suggest, first of all, that you don't just send them a video. Everybody does that. It's not working. All right. So if you're really thinking about a person, think about the person personally. This is a eyeball business, meaning you have to basically face him in the eye and talk to him. If you just send him off a message, it's not going to work. The person is going to ignore your message just as they ignore any other message. If you want to make an email list, it's not going to work. You're not going to get feedback from those people. So you basically have to make a call. You tell him, listen, I found something to help me earn an extra stream of income. Or you can say something like, are you open-minded for an extra stream of income? If I can show you how to work from home and earn in euros, would you be interested? You can also say, listen, when you call him, I have some exciting news to share. I'm just busy with the kids. Can I call you back later? You can tell that in a WhatsApp to the person. So he's going to wonder, oh, what does that person have to tell me? And then afterwards, he's going to wait for your call and he's going to be so anxious to hear what you want to say. And then you can also tell the person, before I share this amazing news with other people, I wanted to share it with you first. So you make that person feel special because you thought of him first and you really want him to benefit with you. Okay, so don't just come in and send videos and make posts on Facebook. It actually makes it cheap. Everybody is going to later on say, oh yeah, I've seen that. I see the people are earning in euros. I don't believe in that. That's nonsense. So keep your invites personal and talk to people with your own mouth. Talk to them so that they can hear what you're saying. I'll talk about the next training session will be how you share and what you're going to share. Because people tend to make up their own advertisements and then send it out. It's not working, guys. Don't do that. Okay, you have a personal relationship. The new word for network marketing is relationship management. You've got a responsibility to those people to have a relationship with them, because once you've asked them to join your team, you have to manage them and you have to be still in a relationship to help them, because you can't just join people and then leave them. That's the big thing that hurts this industry. The fact that you're not available to help that person, to help him build his team. Your newest customer is your most important person, because you need to get that one person to get his 4 so you can help him to launch his business. You're helping him to launch his business. You're not just building your own business by putting people in for yourself the whole time. You need to help somebody else to launch his business. Then what not to say? Do not use the words business opportunity or presentation. It immediately puts a block in front of those people's minds and they don't want to hear it, believe me. You're not in the business to convince anybody to join. I always say if you convince somebody to join your business, you're also going to have to convince them to stay. You're going to have to convince them to work on to do something. You are actually basically interviewing someone to see if they are right for your business. Do they have what it takes to be part of your business? Never get confrontational, never get into an argument about network marketing, about your company, about anything. All you're going to say, remember these FFF letters. That means, no, I forgot. That means where did I write that down? I'm a blank now. Okay. Basically what that means, I'm going to get to the right words later on. It means that I hear what you're saying and I felt the same way until I found this business. Because you feel for that person. I felt the same way, that's the word. I felt the same way that you are feeling now. And then I fell until I found this business. And this is different. So never burn a bridge, never get into confrontations, because that person might say no at the moment. It only means it's no for now. It doesn't mean it's no tomorrow, because today this person may still have a job, but tomorrow he may not have a job. Tomorrow he may have other problems. And sometimes I've seen it with young students. They're on the brink of a new career. They just finished their degrees. They think the world is open before them. They think that now their life has now just started. They won't see this as an opportunity for them. So it's not the right time now, but let that person go in 1 year at the job, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I've had people coming back, heard stories about people coming back 4 years later, where they thought, oh, okay, so it wasn't that good. I didn't make that much money. This is a lot of time, me in the job. So what did you say? What was that business you were in? So never assume it's now. No is never forever. So keep contact with that person and keep on telling him, listen, I've made so much now. Listen, I've made so much now. Just keep him into your mind the whole time. This is adverts I came upon, some of our members who put these advertisements on. It's actually quite nice. This one it says, since this crazy journey started, I made over 1,600 euros. Yes, that's 32,000. What are you doing in your lockdown time? You can also provide in this troubling time. Don't be skeptical and broke. Let me show you what I do to earn euro online. And you can see underneath there's 12 comments. So they did get some leads from that. And then another person said, lockdown, no income. What are you doing to generate an income? So that's also ways that you can market. But Facebook is really, like I said, it's not, don't let that be your means of recruiting. It's not the best way to advertise. Facebook is cold market. If you haven't been through your warm market yet and you haven't done all your friends and family and selected your movers and shakers, don't go to the cold market, because the biggest success lies in your warm market, your friends and your family, because those people trust you. You've got trust with them and they will join you. What makes you think a person that don't know you will join you and believe you and trust you? So the cold market is a lot harder, and you're going to experience a lot of rejection in that cold market. But it's actually worse if you experience rejection between your friends and family. So if that is the thing that hurt you, just turn to the cold market, where you actually learn to develop a very hard shell so that you don't get offended by those people. That's where they say that the resistance builds your business, because the more resistance you go through, the better person you come out on the other side. So then basically, if I need to sum up, there's only 5 golden rules for success in any networking business. And the first one is show more people. Show more people your business, expand your list, and get more people exposed to your business. The second thing is show more people. The third thing is you need to show more people the business. The fourth golden rule is show more people. Okay, you get it, ne? And the last one is improve your average. There is an average, a law of average that says if you show 10 people, in the end, 6 will look at it and 3 will maybe sound interested, but one will join and do the business. So think for yourself. You need to show more people. If you want to put four people in between 2 weeks, maybe you should show 40 people. And then the better you are, the less your ratio becomes. I showed in the first video, I said for every 10 people, in my ratio currently is 1 to 4. So for every 4 people I show, 1 person will enroll. Now this is an easier business. Your ratio should be better because people don't have a monthly fee to pay. So once they're in, they can just stay in and see how their teams grow, and they can start earning when the residual is going to be paid out. But the biggest thing is show more people. And that's the golden rule for success. So guys, go back on your lists, go work a bit more on your list. Think of what you want to say to a person before you start to phone in. And then tomorrow night, on the next training, I will explain to you how you're going to share with the people. What are you going to share with them once you've called them? Okay, so I hope you have a nice evening. Thank you very much for joining tonight. And go and have a lovely evening. And tomorrow we will start our day off. 2 more days left for the special that's running. So let's go, team. See you tomorrow.